What's up, beautiful souls, and welcome. I'm happy to connect to y'all. I want to talk about something more seriously today. I deliberately choose to speak English because I kind of want to address multiple people, multiple people around the globe, especially the spiritual community and spiritual people. This is really also a message for the spiritual people, a message for my community, a message for my brothers and sisters, a message for all the people with indigenous souls. And I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit further down the road. I want to say down the road. Today, I really want to talk about something that's very important to me. I want to talk about the world situation surrounding hate, racism, and all the things going on and happening in the world right now. I often see that people from the spiritual community seem to not address this situation as much as other situations. I kind of feel like sometimes it's a little bit of spiritual bypassing there happening, talking about all love and light when we're talking about spiritual things, while it's actually more of a light side and shadow side integrating with one another, and we have to balance those out in order to exist and live a full life. But this is, I think, long overdue. I have been talking about the subject for a time now, but I never addressed it from a more spiritual perspective, and I kind of felt the need to do this right now. So I especially want to address the Black Piet, the blackface holiday in the Netherlands. It's called Zwarte Piet and Sinterklaas over here. It's more like I heard someone said an AliExpress version of Santa Claus with the elves, and then the elves are not elves, but they are black-faced help. Yeah, of course, it makes a reference to slavery for most of us. This is a very logical thing to see, but for a lot of people in the Dutch community, not so much. So I really want to talk about this. And I have talked about the masks falling down in different videos. The masks of in the communities, like in a global consciousness, things are really happening and shifting. Masks are falling off. People are showing a lot of their shadow sides, and I want to show you, or I want to talk to you all about the concept of energies and the concept of the colonizing energy and the indigenous energy. And with the colonizing energy and the indigenous energy, I'm not really talking about race, or I'm not talking about skin color. I'm talking definitely about the aspect, the essence of the energy, what it embodies. And then looking at the aspects of shadow side, so the colonizer energy would be the shadow aspect of the energy showing itself in the world, and the indigenous energy would be the light side. And of course, the indigenous souls also have shadow side and light side, and the colonizer energy also has light side and shadow side. So we can talk about the essence as energy, but you also hear me refer to it as souls. So the colonizing souls, colonizing energy, and indigenous souls and indigenous energy, right? So I'm not really talking about groups of people. I'm talking about the energy of the souls manifesting in this spiritual plane at this moment. And I don't think it's really this moment. I think it's been forever this way, because our planet Earth is a concept of polarization, and I feel like the evolution of this planet is built upon integrating the both these both dualities and connecting them together, mashing them up, and creating an evolution of our souls, of the energy of the community of humankind, so to say. So what are a couple of the aspects when we're looking at the more colonizing energies? So when I'm looking at colonizing energies, or talking about colonizing energies, I'm talking about the energies that are very disconnected to source, talking about the takers, the people or the souls or the energy that copies things in order to gain, that has less of a moral code. When you look at the more indigenous souls, there's like a very strong moral code. We're talking about some sort of mask, deceiving, very in a 3D energy, so so very like more dense energy, low vibrational energy, focused on more material stuff, focused on instinct, more on the unconscious mind. I feel like the colonizing energy operates more from a subconscious plane and is more fear-based, is more sabotaging, has a lot of fear around changing, evolving, and I think it's more of an ego-based energy, right? And not to say that the colonizing energy doesn't have any light side, it does, but it embodies more of the more shadow side energy. Low vibrational energy, the 3D energy, the Atlanta energy, the energy that we have been going through for a couple of, I don't want to say decades, ages, I want to say, where it was very much, where we were very much focused on gaining material things, winning wars, very masculine energy, and even to the point that it became very toxic, right? Looking at the indigenous souls, indigenous energy, what is that embodying? To me, the indigenous energy is embodying the connection to source, the dreamers, the creators that have a moral code, that go from 4D to up, and that are able to switch between 3D, 4D, 5D up. Able to see that change is needed in order to evolve. I think I want to say evolve. That work from a soul's perspective, from a higher soul's perspective, know that all is connected and intertwined, a focus on healing, on giving, and unity more so. Doesn't mean that indigenous souls don't have, and indigenous energy doesn't have any shadow sides, but that's more the concept of the indigenous energy. So this is what I really want to explain. A lot of these energies that have been popping up lately, I think they always have been popping up, but it feels like they have been popping up more so lately, more in crazy ways, more in intense ways, more in aggressive ways than they used to be in the past. Is because the energy of the energy and the era of the colonizing energies is coming to an end. We're about to shift. We have talked about this a couple of times in numerous videos. You hear a lot of spiritual teachers talking about this on several levels, from astrology to channeling to whatever you may think about. We all feel something coming. If you're spiritual or not, you still feel that there's a change happening there. But I see a lot of my people in the communities of the indigenous energy, the people that embody the indigenous energy in this lifetime, struggling with racism, struggling with facing the colonizing energy. And what is really happening is that we are moving into an era where we are more focused on the feminine energy, more focused on embodying our spiritual side, and then integrating this with all we have learned from the colonizing era, from the masculine divine era, the masculine toxic era, the era that we have been through for the last couple of decades, not eras, I want to say hundreds of years, yeah, maybe even thousands of years. So we've been through a lot of like war stuff, a lot of like focused on creating technologies and stuff like that. So that's a very good thing. There's like, I'm not saying that the colonizing energy is per se a bad thing, because I feel like bad and good is more so a human concept. I feel like both are needed in order to create balance and in order to create a certain evolution of the planet and an evolution of humankind. But there's definitely an ending going on, coming full circle for the indigenous souls. And so we talked about this earlier too. The line, the dimensions are kind of coming together. The timelines are coming together. All these energies are kind of merging together and coming really close. Like the masks are falling off, right? And we have been seeing this from a political point of view. We have been seeing this with people surrounding us, and even with us. ourselves. We've been purging. There's a lot of stuff coming up. Astrologically, there's a lot of stuff coming up, but there's also like in our evolving energies, there's just a lot of shifts happening. And there's much so like a little bit of a dark era right now, a little bit of a tense era, a little bit of an energy that's been called the Twilight Zone at times, where these masks of the colonizers are falling off, and they are fearing. I kind of feel like they are fearing their extinction, and of course the energy overall will not be expiring, so it will not be totally dying. It will just be transforming. But you kind of need to look at it as how do I say this? The colonizing energy is kind of dying, right? And just like any other living thing, it's trying to survive. It's trying to stay alive. It's trying to do everything in its possibility to keep existing. And in doing so, it's kind of getting fearful. And whenever a living thing is fearful, that's a living thing that's dying is fearful, is going to create certain situations and aspects in their reality, in the world, in the physical plane, that might look a little bit crazy to everybody that's more of an indigenous soul. It's going to be out of fear, out of ego. It's going to be lashing out. It's going to be like creating as much like reaching out, asking for support, doing all sorts of crazy things like we are seeing right now on the television, that we are experiencing right now with the whole blackface issue in the Netherlands, with the shooting of black people in America. We see it all over the globe, all these colonizing energies coming to an all-time high. And this is happening because their energy is dying. The indigenous energy is surpassing the old energy. We are moving into a new era, right? And this is just like the last purging energy. This is like the last breath of trying to get more souls, trying to gain more knowledge, trying to get more energy towards their cause. So that's what's actually happening on a more spiritual plane. That's what's happening in our reality. This is what's happening in our world at this moment right now. And I really feel like it's important for all the indigenous souls, no matter skin color or race or whatever you want to call it, all the souls that have an indigenous energy, that have an indigenous essence. It is very important for you all to not fall into the traps of the colonizing energy, to not fall for their aggression, to not engage too much into their last resource. They're trying to grasp their last resources, right? So try to not engage too much in their energy. What they're trying to do is lower your vibration so that you will not be able to elevate yourself. While they lower your vibration, they will be able to feed off your energy, feed off your emotions, feed off your energy, feed off whatever you give them, so they will feel empowered. Right? And I really don't want you to give them any more life force than necessary. But also for your own evolution, I don't want you to lower your vibration and making it harder for you to elevate to the next level. And they are trying to control us, trying to manipulate us through media, through their aggression, through their ignorance, through their willingness to pull us down. And this has been going on for centuries when we're talking about the colonizing and the indigenous energies. There's always been this cycle. There's always been this playing with energy between the two. And now we are at the era of things are shifting. We are moving into a more feminine vibration. We are moving into a vibration where we are more so focusing on our alignment of integrating all sorts of energies, masculine, feminine energies, integrating the shadow and the light sides of us, So we are able to evolve into this higher state of being, right? As a community, as a consciousness, as a collective, right? So there's a lot of control going on. There's a lot of manipulation going on, and I want us indigenous souls to keep in mind that everything comes in cycles, and this soul is a closing of a very big important cycle. And every time a cycle closes, at the end of this cycle, there will be things coming to the surface that have not been addressed by us. And I think that racism, separation, hate, all those energies, prejudge, these are all energies that we have not been addressing. There is a lot of heartache there. There's a lot of pain there. There's a lot of hurt feelings there. There's a lot of resentment there. There's a lot of anger there. There's a lot of lack of understanding, for better terms. And I feel like this is being pushed to the surface, especially by their behavior. So we can heal this and we can address this for once and for all. So we can move up onto the next level. So I really want you to stand your ground. I'm not saying to not stand for what you believe in, because you definitely need to stand for your truth. You definitely need to stand for your equal rights. You definitely need to stand for unity. You definitely need to stand for change, because this will help us evolve quicker than if we would be focusing on spiritual bypassing. So this is definitely a good thing that we are all addressing this type of energy and that we are all focusing on it. But I want you to move past the anger. I want you to use the anger to put you in motion and help you move forward towards healing, unity, integration, and spiritual understanding. So you will recognize whenever a colonizing energy is trying to manipulate you in lowering your vibration, whenever colonizing energy is trying to sabotage you or trying to steal your mind, trying to steal your essence, trying to steal your life force, because this is really what's happening here. And we moving from 3D to 4D and up, the 3D energy is getting really fearful of us leaving and being in that energy and in that cycle all by itself, right? I'm not saying here that the souls that are more of a colonizing energy cannot change their ways and become more indigenous. I believe they can, but I really want you to know that it's not really our responsibility as indigenous souls to make them see or to create a certain aspect where we are responsible for the behavior of the colonizing energy, because we are not. Yeah, of course we can educate, of course we can help, of course we have an influence on how things are playing out in our reality, but I definitely feel like you need to focus more on, or we as a collective need to focus more on a unity. You need to focus more on healing our old wounds and even the new ones. And this is really hard, I know, because it's really hard to heal in an environment that made you sick in the first place or broke you in the first place. But the indigenous soul is very strong. The indigenous soul is able to tap into sources of self, sources of everything surrounding it, like the planets, the stars, the earth, Mother Gaia, all things surrounding us, because we know all is one, right? We are very close to that understanding, or we embody that understanding. So I really want you to know that you are coming full circle. Know that you should be focusing on healing yourself. That what the colonizing energy is trying to hold us back, without knowing it, it's actually helping us evolve or helping us address certain things that are important for our community, that are important for our collective, that are important for us as an indigenous soul, as an indigenous energy, to evolve to the next state of being. So yes, we will definitely move into a new era where things will be lighter for those that are able to separate them from the 3D, that are able to evolve, that are able to clean up and heal all these old wounds, all these things surrounding hate, surrounding racism, surrounding suppression. Do I say it right? Suppression, whatever. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. So I really wanted to talk to you all about this because it has been a really real thing for me, a really real experience that I had a lot of issues with, a lot of resentment that I felt, but we're going to a new beginning. We are coming full circle. There's a new world awaiting us, and yes, there has been some disruption, and yes, there's definitely been a big transition in the world, a very big one, where the old energy is dying off and the new one is starting, and we will be victorious in this energy. We just need to balance out and integrate. We just need to balance out and integrate, and remember that things are changing, and people are starting to get, people and energies in colonizing energies are starting to get fearful, and that's actually playing out in the physical realm now. We just need to remember what we are made of. We just need to remember of our essence, our indigenous essence, our love, our peace, our strength, our power, our way of overcoming things, our alchemistic ways, our magician ways, because we definitely embody that as indigenous souls, and I want you to be really close to that. Protect your mind, protect everything that's coming in, cover up your crown chakra if possible by wearing hats, by wearing scarves, or whatever you need to do. Take good care of your mind, take good care of what you take in. Focus on healing the heart space and creating alliances, creating unity, creating integration. I know that you are very intuitive as indigenous souls, and a lot of indigenous souls are awakening to their intuitive possibilities or their intuitive gifts. We are being offered a possibility to surpass our situation. We are being offered a possibility to surpass our reality at this point, and I really want you to take this opportunity. So I really hope that it made any sense to you, that it resonates to you, that you can grasp what I'm trying to tell you here. I'm just speaking to you from a point of view of what I'm trying to integrate myself. Things have been showing up in my life, things have been showing up in the collective that I've been trying to understand, grasp. I ask the universe, my guides, my ancestors to help me understand this and transform this into a message so you all will be able to understand it on a different level, on a more spiritual plane. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you experience this energies, this playing out of the colonizing energy and the indigenous energy. Of course, you can name it whatever you want to name it. I'm just giving you an example so you can grasp the concept of it. I just really want you to be good. I just really want you to soak yourself in self-love, to know that as soon as something or some energy or somebody is trying to pull you down, trying to control you, manipulate you, know that this is out of a fear-based energy, that they are fearing your essence, that they are fearing your pure essence, your pure being, your indigenous soul, your ability to dream, to create, your ability to carry with strength, your ability to vision, your ability to have a vision, your ability to evolve as a soul. And you are so very close to moving into a new era. So you're so very close to evolving as a collective energy. I really want you to keep your head up high. I really want you to take in arms with all indigenous souls. And I'm not talking about race. I'm not talking about skin tone or skin color. I'm talking about the essence of the soul. Use every source you got to help you evolve. Use everything you know, everything you have in you, all this anger, this build up anger that you feel, let it help you move you forward and not get you stuck into a space where they actually want you to remain in, low vibrational. And that's not who we are. We are high vibrational energy. So that was all I wanted to say to you all. I really hope that this helps, and I'm sending you a lot of love and good energy. And yeah, that's it for about now. Let me know what you think. Bye.
It's a good